Hello everyone, it's Mr. Juicer here, and bringing you a little bit of a different video today. I just wanted to take a second to celebrate, actually. The channel just recently broke 100 subscribers. We're at 107 right now, so hello everyone. And I just wanted to say, take that as an excuse to basically say, first of all, hi, and second of all, thank you. Thank you so much for subbing to the channel and watching the videos, liking the content, and hopefully laughing along with me to a whole bunch of awesome Yomi that's been going on recently. I wanted to give a particular shout out to the guys at the Switcher channel who have probably sent a whole bunch of eyeballs this way, perhaps entirely accidentally, because they recently did a Friday Night Fisticuffs video for Yomi, which is awesome. You should actually watch it. Some of the guys are very clearly very new to the game, so it's not incredibly high level Yomi, but the the intro section alone is well worth watching, and I think it's a worthwhile video to watch anyway. I would stay maybe out of the comments. It's very clear. I mean, Yomi is a polarizing game. Like, immediately when you introduce it to somebody, they're either going to love it or they're going to think you're an insane person for suggesting that they would enjoy such a thing. But that's kind of, I think that's a good thing for the game to be. I like the fact that the people who love it immediately love it, and the people who aren't interested just aren't interested, and they move right along. It's nicely, gathers its audience based on its merits. So yeah, huge shoutouts to the crew. I think the video has something like 90,000 views right now, and it's done a huge amount. I mean, it's done really nicely for the channel, obviously, but it's done a huge amount just for people playing the game. So if you've picked up Yomi as a result of that channel, or you've had Yomi for a while and you've started playing more recently, I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope you've been finding a lot of cool matches and ranking up. I also wanted to take this opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about the state of the channel and some stuff that I want to be doing some more in the future, and also some stuff that I'm going to be doing less of in the future. So let's start with that latter part there. So the Getting Good at Yomi series is kind of what put this channel where it is right now. A lot of people, like, those videos are definitely my most popular videos. And unfortunately, I'm going to be... it's been a while since the last one's come out, and the next one, this last one that I've still got in development, and that's been in development for about a month now, is probably going to be the last one. It's, but I wouldn't mourn just prematurely yet. It's going to be the last one because most of the content that I really want to talk about and feel comfortable that I have a grasp of enough to be able to talk about is basically done at this point. Everything else about the game that you would need to get good at is you need to be playing it. You need to be playing against a lot of different kinds of opponents, and a lot of different kinds of characters. So the content there is basically run its course, I feel like. The other reason that I'm basically stopping those videos is they take an incredible amount of time to produce, even as lazily put together as they are. There's very few visual effects or any camera stuff. Obviously, I'm not the master of video creation. There's no special effects or neat wipes and stuff like that. No effects and like production value behind any of these videos. And that I just don't have the time to put together something that would look as good as I would want it to look. So I'm going to be taking the energy that I would be putting towards the Getting Good series and putting it elsewhere. Obviously, the Getting Good series will just be available for all time. It's not going anywhere. What I'm not going to be stopping anytime soon is casting games. That's going to be the primary focus and content for the channel, definitely. There's amazing tournaments going on right now. There's Panda League, International Yomi League Season 3 playoffs are happening right now, and you best believe I'm going to cast the Yomi Bowl when it happens. Lum's Lucky Lottery has been a riot to watch. so like there's a ton of content happening constantly, and I'm going to bring you as much of it as I can, either solo casting or casting with other members of the FantasyStrike.com forums, other high-level players. So don't worry, that stuff is like, I'm still going to be freaking out on a near constant basis when somebody like lands super throws and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. The thing that I want to start getting into that's kind of going to take the place of the Getting Good at Yomi series is I want to start putting together some videos about Rook. You may have already watched the two kind of matchup videos that I put together, one with Vendetta and one against Quince. Those might actually both go away. I haven't decided, or they might just be removed from that matchup analysis playlist. And I'm going to be putting together a really serious, better produced, better researched, more experienced, look at Rook's matchups. Rook is my absolute favorite character. If you've watched any of my casts where he shows up, you know that for a fact. And I've recently had a chance to spend a lot more time playing him, and build a lot more experience in terms of the different matchups that he can encounter. And I feel like I have a good enough grasp now that I can actually do a matchup series justice. And I think it'd be really fun. So, and very useful. Those are also very, very popular videos. And after the Getting Good at Yomi content, that's really the most natural way in terms of like educational content that I can produce, or useful content for people who are playing the game, is the matchups. That's the other half. There's fundamentals. There's the fundamentals of the game. And once you're past that, it's all matchup specific. What cards are good and valuable? How do you value your deck? How do you have to think about mid game, late game, early game, that kind of stuff against specific opponents? And I'm going to start with the character I know the best, which is Rook. And then after that, I might consider moving on to other characters. But, I mean, considering there are 20 matchups, because of course I'm doing the Mirror. That's the best, like hands down, one of my favorite matchups in the game is Rook versus Rook. So I have a lot of things to say about that. And yeah, so that's really the place to go. So it's going to be at least a 20, maybe 21 video series. Maybe one is just a general overview of Rook as a character. And then each of the individual videos will go into more detail about all the various things that I talked about there. So that's coming. Once that's all done, I guess I'll move on to different characters. Maybe at this point I might know enough about Onimaru to start talking about his matchups, but we'll leave that in the distant future. I also have another project that I want to start that kind of gets around the time-intensive nature of working with video, but things are still kind of up in the air around that, and I don't want to do anything more than tease that, yes, there may be another Mystic Juicer project coming to you soon in some format or another. Ooh, be tantalized. So that should happen if everything sort of lines up in the next month or so. Should see that, and I'll make an announcement video when that comes out, give you all the details. The other thing I wanted to do today is talk a little bit about where you might find other Yomi content. If you have watched all of my videos twice, watch them a third time. Make sure that you're clicking the like button, sharing with all your friends, and forcing them to watch it. Like, set it on repeat. All the normal stuff that you should do if you like someone on YouTube. But after you've done all that, so maybe in 2 or 3 years, what you might want to do is actually check out some of the other channels. And I featured a couple of channels from people that I know and whose content I really enjoy consuming. This is not an exhaustive list, but it's kind of a list of people that are fairly active right now, producing content that's either really funny or really entertaining or really educational or some combination of all three. So I just wanted to spend a little time highlighting them and giving them some props for the great job that they're doing, and maybe point you in that direction if you haven't checked them out. You might find some more Yomi content, some more personalities that you really enjoy. So first of all, there's the Serling Games official channel on YouTube. It's run by Leontes, and he's producing a lot of content right now. He just recently started a job at Serling Games, so he's got a lot of time to put together high-level match commentary. He commentates his own tournament matches, which gives you a really good insight. He's a Midori expert and plays a couple of other pocket characters, and is really articulate about the decisions that he's making. It's a great resource if you're thinking about picking up a grappler. If you're picking up Midori in particular, you want to know a little bit more about how that character works. He's a much more complicated character. I think he's the most complicated grappler to try to play. So if you're interested in that at all, check out Serling Games. He has his personal channel as well. Richard Lopez is his personal channel name. So he's got a couple of videos there, although he's focusing more on Serling Games now. There may be some content there that you want to check out as well. Raziek is, if not the best, then I don't know who else would qualify for that, but definitely one of the most successful Zane players of all time online. Very, very strong Zane player. He takes videos of a whole bunch of the matches that he plays, so tournament matches. He also does a whole bunch of casts with him and other members of the DRB team and associated hangers-on and goons. So if you're feeling the lack, if you want to get actual legitimate MLG soundboard air horns, then that's a channel you should definitely check out. He doesn't do the mouth noises like I do. So I don't know if that's a selling point or not at this point. Just below that, we've got Bomber679, who's Bomber678 online. Very strong player, plays a whole bunch of different characters. Not even going to try to list because I'm going to forget at this point, but Hype Machine, he helped me cast the International Yomi League Season 2 Grand Finals, the Yomi Bowl, which was a blast. He is a ton of fun to listen to and produces a whole bunch of content recently. He's in Australia, so he catches a bunch of games that I'm just not going to be awake or available to cast. So a bunch of different content that you might check out at his channel that I won't have access to at all. Gynorm Gaming is a channel run by Gynorm. He's a newer player. He plays a lot of Troc with some other stuff mixed in. He's recently picked up Onimaru, so again, like psychologically, there's a lot of similarities there to my channel. He hasn't done much casting. It's mostly him playing the game. But again, with a different kind of character specialist like that, you'll see a different kind of character played, and that's always interesting to see what those what the decision-making reasons are between different stuff that you're doing. Southpaw Hair, I mean, if you're even slightly involved in YouTube and Yomi, then he basically needs no introduction. We just recently cast the excellent Wampa versus Cloud Cuckoo Country game together. Fantastic dude. He's got great Yomi content and like hours and hours of it. In particular, check out his We Are the Leaf series is great for beginners. It's him and Cloud Cuckoo Country playing basically as a Hydra. They're playing together. And as a result, that was kind of my introduction to Yomi Online, which was just watching the two of them talk through their decision making and why they're making certain calls, which was very interesting and helpful and hilarious. Like, it's just great to watch Yomi being played. He also has a great series called Fighter Mania that featured a bunch of matches by essentially people voted in the community to nominate some gladiatorial champions. And then they duked it out in a series of matches, and it was hysterical. Great commentary on that one as well. Lots of fun, so check out that content. Negutin, who's now playing under ggbergen.ne online, is a really, really strong player. And the thing about him, so mostly he doesn't do a lot of casting, but he does a lot of talking through and taping his own gameplay. The interesting about him is that every International Yomi League he has played 100% a different character. Starting with Onimaru and then moving to, I can't remember what the other one was, but he played Persephone in the most recent tournament. So very different, and again, he talks through his decision making, so you can check out a whole bunch of different character specific stuff that you might be interested in. If you're at all interested in Onimaru, definitely check out his videos. Very, very helpful, and a lot of my decision making when I play the character is modeled kind of after the principles that he shows in his videos. And finally, Dylan McDermott, Pickles672 online, a very, very strong BBB player. And though I hate fighting the robot with Rook and had to actually find a different character to play in that matchup, it's a lot of fun to watch him play. He's got a great personality and attitude. He's just a really, really funny guy, and makes a lot of decisions that I would probably not have the balls to make, and it really pays off for him. It's a lot of fun to watch Dylan play, and he's a really smart dude, so check out that channel. And that's basically it. So thanks for watching. Again, huge thank you. Like, it really means a lot to me. Every time I check back to the channel, I see that, like, you know, number increased by 1 on a view count or on subscribers. It makes me really, really happy to see people enjoying the content, and more than that, I know that it means that there's interest in this game out there that I love, and I've been playing basically continuously for 2 years, ever since I found it online. So every time I see, you know, a like or a view count or whatnot, I know that it's like there's a better than average chance that that person is going to be, like, at least involved somehow in spreading the love of this game around, and that means a huge amount to me. So thanks again for watching. I'm gonna cut it here before I start crying, and yeah, hopefully I'll be bringing you some more awesome Yomi action as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, and check you later.